Comedy has a way of telling the truth in a way nothing else can. Sometimes the funniest stories come from the hardest moments, the struggles, the transitions, the lessons life throws at you. And the best comedians, they just don't make you laugh, they make you see life differently. Tonight's guest has built his name on real life experiences, unapologetic humor, and a style that connects with everybody in the room. This is about laughter, but it's also about life. Let's get into it. Smoke and Ice begins now.
Smoke and ice, twice as nice. I'm your vice. Smoke and ice.
Welcome to Smoke and Ice with Kelly Allen. This is the podcast where you're not only informed, but entertained. Sit back, relax, and remember, where there's smoke, there's fire, and you can't chill without ice. Now, here's your host, Kelly Allen.
Smoke and ice.
You have entered into another episode of Smoke and Ice, where smoke meets sophistication and ice meets intensity. I'm Kelly, and tonight we've got another powerful conversation lined up. Tonight's guest is a stand-up comedian known for his smooth delivery, sharp storytelling, and effortless charisma. Originally from Hartford, Connecticut, and now based in Charlotte, North Carolina, he's built a reputation as one of the most reputable and engaging comedians on the scene today. He's performed on Showtime at the Apollo, toured with legendary Adele Givens, and shared the stage with names like Arsenio Hall, Bruce, Michael Blackson, Roy Wood Jr., and Damon Wayans Jr. He's also a two-time Queen City Comedian of the Year and has performed on some of the biggest comedy stages across the country. So tonight, we're talking comedy, life, family, and the journey behind the laughs. Please help me welcome to Smoke and Ice, Tyrone Burston. Welcome.
Yes.
Oh,
man, I almost cried listening to that intro. What? You think about all the stuff you've been through?
Right.
Oh, man, that was powerful.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
Yes. So the first thing we're going to do, because it's not Smoke and Ice without some bourbon and great cigars, so we're going to start there.
I love that.
So before we get into this amazing conversation, everyone out there, you already know what time it is. Tonight's bourbon is Russell's Reserve Kentucky Straight Bourbon Single Barrel, a premium hand-selected bourbon from the legendary Wild Turkey Distillery. I know about Wild Turkey back in the day. That was before it got sophisticated. That's when they used to coat the ice. It used to be like, oh, okay.
That's what we do at Wild Turkey?
No.
Man.
It's from the distillery.
Okay.
This bourbon is known for its rich, full-bodied character with deep notes of vanilla, caramel, toasted oak, and spice. Each barrel is unique, giving it a distinct personality in every pour. Bold, smooth, and refined. It's the kind of bourbon you sit with, take your time, and really appreciate the craftsmanship. And pairing it tonight with this great conversation, we're getting ready to pour.
Let's do it.
All right. So you are the guest, so I am going to pour.
Aww.
And I'm going to pour you first.
Nice. I appreciate it.
Tell me when.
Right there.
All right. Yeah, everybody who knows me, I got to have mine on the rocks. I am too dainty for hair on my chest. So, cheers.
Cheers. Absolutely. Smoke and ice.
To everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And I get the vanilla notes.
Oh, yeah.
What do you get? I get the vanilla. I get the slight spice. I'm still trying to find the caramel. I know it's in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
I'm going to just piggyback off what you said. I feel like I should have had another sandwich before I started drinking
Before you
this.
started drinking?
Yeah.
All right.
But it's good. I like it, though. It's smooth. I like it.
We'll make sure you get home safe.
Sure.
Well, pairing with tonight's bourbon, we've got the Otoro Fuente Gran Reserva, a classic, well-balanced cigar known for its smooth draw and rich flavor. You'll pick up notes of cedar, earth, and subtle sweetness, making it the perfect complement to today's bourbon. So, I'm ready to light up. I'm gonna let you light yours first.
Okay.
And then I will light up mine and we will see how you enjoy that one right
All
there.
right, first of all, what button? Okay, here we go. I want to give a shout out to Taylor Smoke in Concord, North Carolina. This is where I learned a little bit about cigars. I remember the producer here asked me, what's my favorite cigar? And honestly, I don't think nobody's ever heard of it, but it's called The Girl With No Name. Because it has a sweet taste at the end of it.
Okay. So if you like sweetness, have you ever tried the Fat Bottom Betty?
Mm-mm.
You might enjoy that one because it has a very sweet, it's infused, and they call them infused cigars.
Okay.
So that it gives you that pop of sweetness. And there's several of them out there. So it's not so tobacco forward. But yeah. Ooh, trying to catch my dress on fire. Y'all will not see me if I set myself on fire.
Dangerous. It's a dangerous game we playing. But I could see the compliments to both. Yeah, I could see.
But oh, please. Yeah, so I had to get mine started a little bit more. I didn't light it properly, but I like it. It's smooth. It's not as strong, as some other ones. And it's not as peppery. And I did learn that strength and pepper is different. So it's right in the middle of where it's tolerable for me. So for any female that is out there that loves cigars, this one is a nice one. And it'll compliment anyone, whether you are a newbie or an aficionado of cigars. I think you'll really, really like it. So I'm all for it.
Yeah.
As long as you like it.
Hey, I like it. I'm in the newbie category. So every cigar is a good cigar in my book. You hear me? So yeah, this is the smoke part of Smoking Ice, and I like this.
All right. Well, this is what Smoking Ice is all about. Real conversation, a great bourbon, and a perfectly paired cigar. Because when everything comes together like this, it's not just an experience, it's a moment that stays with you. And as always, please enjoy responsibly. Now let's get into it.
Let's do it.
All right. So, again, thank you for being in the studio with me. I appreciate it. But we want to start with the beginning. How did you get started in stand-up comedy?
Well, I started August 18th, 2013. And I don't want to bring the mood down here because, Smoking Ice is such a vibe by itself.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I believe in my heart that in order to do something that God called you to do, you have to be inspired, right? You have to wake up one day and say, you know what, today's the day I'm going to start doing my thing. And this is a real serious moment. Right before I started doing comedy, what happened to me was I was actually diagnosed with child support. Yeah. See,
Wait, I'm waiting for something really serious. Like, what was you diagnosed with?
That boy got leukemia. What's wrong with him? No, child support is a disease. It's a terrible thing. So initially, when I divorced my first wife, I thought to myself, I got to get some under the table money. You know what I mean? Because they'll take your whole check if you let them. You know what I mean? So I always had the talent of being funny. So I took classes. But the real story is this, though. My brother-in-law at the time, 19 years old, he was shot and killed back home where I'm from in Hartford, Connecticut. And then a week later, this brother I went to high school with, one of my best friends, he had passed away like a week after that. And I remember just being lost and confused on the drive back to Charlotte. That's like an 11-hour drive. So I cried so much on the way home. And then something clicked inside of me that said, I'm not going to waste another opportunity or another day not doing something I know I'm good at. Like I was the class clown in high school. I was the loudest. I did the morning announcements. If it was homecoming or something, nobody would go unless they knew I was going to be there, know? So it was something that was always on my heart to do. And I just made it a point to say, you know what, life is short. You never know how short life is until it hits your home. You know what I mean? When it's close to you, then you start taking your own life seriously. So I got back home. And for the next 3 or 4 months, I created a stand-up comedy routine. I looked online to see if they had any classes where they could teach it. And I went to the Comedy Zone and took a 7-week course. They taught me everything I knew. And I've been just riding that wave ever since. So.
Nice. So we're going to back it up a little bit because we're not going to skirt over that time in Connecticut. What was it like growing up in Connecticut?
I'm from the north side of Hartford. They call that homicide Hartford. It's real dangerous. It's real bad. It's crazy out there. You know, I went to Hartford Public High School. I went to all the public schools in Hartford. But the violence is insane. You know, growing up as a teenager and seeing a lot of your friends pass away or go to prison for gun violence or just violent crimes, you think it's normal. You know what I mean? So when I had my first child, I just started to realize that I can't be a part of the street life no more. I got somebody to take care of, somebody to look after, and I wanted better for my kids. So I had another child. My oldest was 3 years old at the time. I had a 3-month-old boy, and I came to Charlotte. I actually Google searched best places for Black people to live in North Carolina. And I think it was like Raleigh, Durham, and Charlotte. And being from such a crime-infested city, I based it off of who had the least amount of murders in that year in 2006.
Oh, wow.
And Charlotte had the least amount. And I said, hey, this
I was about to say, don't go to Durham.
Oh, Durham. I was shocked. I was shocked to see the violence there. I'm like, ain't this where the college is at? This is where Duke and all of that. Are they out there doing that?
Yeah. And definitely not Fayetteville.
Right. Fayetteville. I see why they call it that. It ain't just the little military base out there.
It is not. So you talked about your first marriage. Are you married now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm on my second marriage right now. And, you know, I just thank God for another chance at love. Because, you know, I want to tell everybody out there, man, if you 40 and up and you single, you're going to be single for the rest of your life. All right. Kelly, that ain't you, is it? Come on now. See, it's like, it's 2026.
Wait,
you know what I tell people?
I might need something stronger than this.
Time is of the essence. It is running out, okay?
It is.
I tell women all the time, if you single, you better call Tyrone.
Well, Tyrone is married, so we can't call Tyrone.
It's a lot more Tyrones out there that need love, okay? You got to call them.
No, you just don't want anybody. And you know, well, that's another time us together. We're going to keep on with this one and not air all my business because this is not a relationship episode.
Kelly rolled her eyes at me
when I said. This is about this one over here.
But again, I'm grateful for a second chance at love. You know, in the beginning, I met my wife when I was 2 years into comedy.
Okay.
So now I'm in my 12th year, going on my 13th year. And my wife taught me a lot about myself, about my career. She's a strong-minded person. She used to always tell me, we in this together. And I'm like, nah, I'm like Kobe. Like, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Like, this is my comedy career. You know what I mean? But she really helped me prioritize my life. You know, when you're a new comedian, you want to make it so bad. And you hear about the stories from Steve Harvey, sleeping in his car, being homeless. Tyler Perry did it. Like, all these stories about just sacrificing. So I'm thinking like, oh, I got to sacrifice everything. You know, I got to quit my job. I got to sleep in my car. And my wife said, you need to slow down, okay? Priorities is this, man. It's God, family, and then your comedy. She was like, you don't know this yet, but you will not do comedy on my birthday. She a Leo. Leos are.
Ooh.
They don't play no games. So August 6th, that's off the mark.
But they make great friends, though. I've had a couple of friends that were Leos. They make great excellent friends. So me and your wife might be real cool.
Yeah.
But what she was doing was she was being your support and grounding your foundation, because what those stories don't tell you is that when they were sleeping in their cars, they were single. So they could do that. They can make that sacrifice. But when you have someone who has your back and is just literally saying, we're in this together, whether she was at the ground level or not, she had your support in your back. So that was really cool. And that's what she meant behind that. Yeah.
And she always told me like she was going to free me from corporate America so that I can do comedy full time. And I'm going on 5 years now doing comedy full time because of her love and support. And I realized after a couple of years, whenever your wife free you from corporate America, that's just a cool way of saying that she make way more money than I do. That's what that really means. I'm talking about, Kelly, my wife makes so much more money than me. You know what I do for my wife when she come home from work?
What you do?
I'll be quiet.
So she can relax.
Right.
I love it.
Keep your mouth closed, boy. Every time she walked through the door, I just cut Netflix on. Like, baby, what you want to watch? Because you paying for it. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be watching Grey's Anatomy, Love is Blind. I watch all the chick flicks. I'm there for it.
Okay. Well, you talked about your kids. How do your kids influence your comedy?
Oh, man. I don't know how comedians make it if they ain't got kids to talk about. Them are the funniest people you can make jokes of. is your children.
Uh-huh.
So when I first started, they was like, what, 10, 7, and 3?
Mm-hmm.
Now they're 22, 19, and 15.
Oh, nice.
So I kind of base my jokes off my children. You know, having 3 kids and watching them grow up. When they toddlers, you never know what they're going to end up being. You know what I mean? These were some little bad kids. You know, you can't bring them to the studio. They'd knock all these bottles over. You know, they tyrants, man. And then you see them grow up. You know, I can only raise my kids based on how my mother raised me. So
Right.
my mother raised us off 3 phrases, being a single parent, just me and my brother. It was always, go in the room, close the door, and be quiet. You know, that's all she ever said. So I thought that's what I was supposed to do with my kids.
Right.
You know, when they was toddlers, I just said, go in the room, close the door, and be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that hurt them. Because now that they older, I realize they just come in the room, come in the home, they go in the room, close the door, and they
be quiet.
Right.
But that ain't you. That's this generation. You know, we used to play out in the street, go to our friend's house, do all that other stuff. And now there's so much social media, gaming and stuff. And that's our fault too, because to keep them quiet, here, take this.
Yeah.
Do this, you know, to
Yeah.
keep them quiet. And so we have a play in that hand too. But I mean, it's all good. They
Yeah.
still know the love and they still recognize it.
Absolutely.
I like it.
Absolutely. I love it.
So you talk about real life in your sets. How important is it for your comedy to reflect your actual experiences?
I think it's everything. You know, a lot of comedians take time and they sit down and they write, which I do too. But I like being in the moment. You know, Steve Harvey always said you got to use your third eye and your third ear whenever you're a comedian. It's just something that you have. So nothing gets past me. You know, if I'm in conversation and I feel like I could turn this into a joke, I will. I'll try anything. Like yesterday, I took my 15-year-old daughter out for driving lessons for the first time ever. And I immediately thought to myself, like, this is a job for a godparent. You know what I mean? Because if she mess up behind this wheel, that's where I'm going to end up with God. I feel like that's their job. I want to call the godparents like, you better teach this girl how to drive because I ain't ready to go to the upper room right now. But, yo, kids are amazing, man. My daughter, you know, girls, I don't know if it's just this generation or if you was like this as a young lady, but it's a phase where they go through this attitude phase. Like they're upset at everything. You know, they're always got the angry face on and stuff like that. I remember my daughter, now I don't know nothing about track. I played football and basketball. My boys played both sports, football and basketball. So track was something new, but I was happy as a parent to get the right size, the right color. I send her a picture of the shoe and tell her they're coming in Amazon. They'll be here in a couple days. Man, my daughter texted me back and said, ew.
Not ill.
EWWW, ew. I was so mad. I was so heartbroken. I texted my daughter back. I said, you not even fast. Like you talking about ew. You worried about the wrong thing. You worried about looking good. I need to be saying ew at your track meets. Because every time I come here, you 5th or 6th place, second to last. I should make you run barefoot. You know what I mean? It's the attitude. But I'm glad I got her full time. You know, she stays with me. So her attitude has changed. Her grades have gone up. And I actually train her. We train together.
Okay.
So she's improved a lot. She's the 17th most improved sprinter in North Carolina.
Nice.
After
So,
being ranked like 498.
well, that's
So,
a great improvement.
yeah.
What does she run?
She does the 100, the 200, and indoor she does the 300. She does the 50. So yeah, just those. She's really good at the 200 though. That's her sweet spot for real. But her times are improving. You know, last year for the 100 she ran like a 14.7. This year she dropped it down to 13.68, which was our
Nice.
goal to get it down to a second.
Okay.
So
And she's in what grade?
she's in the 10th grade.
10th grade. Tell her to keep pressing, because these girls are here running 12 flat on
Yeah, they
100.
are. Easy work.
Easy.
Yeah.
So yeah, but she'll get there. Especially if she came from where she was there, she'll get there.
Yep.
She'll get there.
Yep.
So would you consider yourself more of an extrovert or an introvert?
Definitely an introvert,
Okay.
for sure. And it's so crazy to me that I can do stand-up comedy in front of like thousands of people, 500, 300 people that don't even know who I am. Very comfortable on stage, looking at an audience and talking to them. But like going places that ain't got nothing to do with comedy, I don't want to go at all. But I believe that opposites attract. So my wife is an extrovert and I'm an introvert. So I will say this, you know, for single people out there, if you're looking for for your soulmate, you just got to find somebody that don't agree with nothing you got going on. That's it. You got to find somebody, Kelly, that be like, a podcast? What's that? I don't like that. You know what I mean? That's your love, right?
That's the love of my life.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Don't want nothing to do what I got to do.
Man, my wife be dragging me everywhere, and I don't be wanting to go. But then I go, and I'll be like so excited. You know,
Right.
as an introvert, when you finally go, and she dragged me out the house, I'll be so happy. Like, baby, I'm so glad you brought me here. Like, I ain't even know I could swim. You know, like, I'd never known that. I could swim for real. It's
Really?
crazy. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's great to have someone to push you, and they say opposites attract.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's correct, but anyway.
It is. So now we gonna get off topic, but I'm sure you like your men tall, dark, and handsome.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
They could be any color of the rainbow. Tall, yes, but and not even really tall. Just, I'm about make me laugh.
Okay.
Sports, because I'm a huge football fan.
Oh, who your team?
My team is my hometown team, Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
Okay, but I follow some others. You know, I got some others that I follow, but for real, it's Buffalo. But you know, so it's sports and stuff like that. But I just want to. Yeah, no, we ain't gonna go there. I just like to enjoy myself. That's, you know what I'm saying? I just like to enjoy
good.
myself.
I feel that.
So I love that. So we'll get back to it, guys. See, off topic. He keeps trying to get me to talk about relationships. This is not this type of
I'm
interview.
gonna come back and interview Kelly. Kelly's an interesting person. Y'all got me over here. I ain't nobody, but Kelly is somebody.
Oh, listen, we are somebody together today.
Mm-hmm.
So off stage versus on stage. I know you said that you're an introvert and you're not, but how do you manage those moments where you are in an uncomfortable situation and you're trying to, I don't want to say fit in, because we're too old to try and fit in anywhere, right? But it's just about making the most of the space and the opportunity that you're in. How do you do that?
You know, I just be myself. That's most important. You know, no matter where I am, whether it's comedy related or had nothing to do with comedy, I just got to be my natural born self. And I think that's what makes my comedy so strong, is that I can just be myself anywhere and I'm naturally funny. Like, I don't have to try to think about it or force myself into doing it. You know what I mean? So I just, you know, when I'm not doing comedy, I like to spend time playing video games for real. You know, I love that. You know, put the headset on, talk to my friends, or I'm training my daughter. I'm just so proud of all my children, you know, seeing them from toddlers to growing up. And of course, my Leo wife, you know, her love language is acts of service. So I'm always trying to look up a place where we can go out to eat or, you know, go watch some jazz, live jazz. She loves things like that. So when you know your partner's love language, you know, you gotta fill that tank up.
Okay, so next time I'm in Charlotte, me and your wife gonna hang out.
Oh, please.
Listen, that's all right up my alley.
I don't want to go. I don't want to stay home.
I'm too far to take over now, but you know, every now and then, I'll come and I'll hook you up. We'll hang out.
Okay.
But no, I love all of that. And it's funny because I had a guest who said there are no love languages. That's just something else. But you watch that one and then we'll have a conversation.
I can't wait to see that one.
Well, tonight. Tonight we'll review that one. Well, listen, we're gonna take a quick break, but Smoking Ice continues next.
Hi, I'm Kelly Allen. Join me each weekday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. for Midday Energy Rush on Positive365.net. I'll bring you all your favorite music from every genre and every decade, plus comedy and positive thoughts all in one place. Go to Positive365.net and you won't be disappointed. That's Positive365.net. We're positively different.
Positively different. Positive 365.
Welcome back as we get back to this amazing conversation with none other than comedian Tyrone Burston. So you've made the move from Hartford to Charlotte. What was the transition like for you? How did that shift influence your comedy and your perspective?
When you grow up somewhere all your life, you know, like living in the hood is like, you think you never gonna get out. you don't even really want to get out. You like, you know what, this is where I live, this is where I'm from, I'm never gonna leave. Then you start having children. Then you get married and you like, you know what, I don't want my kids to experience how I grew up.
Right.
So when I moved to Charlotte, now mind you, I'm not coming down here to stay with an aunt, an uncle, a relative, or nothing. You know, I'm getting it out the mud, from the motel to renting a house and then moving on from there. So when I touched down to Charlotte, I ain't never been nowhere in my life. I came out here, I said, this is my Hawaii. Like, this is my paradise. You know what I mean? This is like the land of opportunity. You know, I felt like I was born again and that I could do and become anything I put my mind to. You know, because when you grow up in a small city, there are no real job opportunities. You know, Biggie Smalls said it best. Either you slanging crack rock or you got a wicked jump shot. That's it. That's all we got. So when I moved down to Charlotte and I just looked at how big the city was, so much bigger than the city I came from, I just knew that it was the land of opportunity and I can do and become anything I wanted to. And I started doing comedy like 7 years after I moved to Charlotte. So I had little odd jobs here and there. I met some people and I started doing comedy and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be good right out the gate. And I truly was. I had to grow and get better, but I mean, this is where it's at. Now I've been here almost 20 years. I'm ready to leave. You hear me? I'm trying to move to South Carolina. Okay, It's too many people moving down here for sure.
Okay, and you know what? You're right. It's growing because there's so many. I can't speak for Charlotte, but I can speak for this area. And you've got the district where so many different companies are coming in now, and people are moving in with them. And so streets are getting congested, everything else. Sometimes driving is just a mess, but that's a whole comedy skit all unto its own.
Yeah, you better know it. You better know it. Then you got the hospitality. You know, when you live up north and you move to the southeast coast, you know, it's a lot more friendlier. People always ask you for the first 3 years, so what brought you down south? Which is a nice way of saying, why are you here? That's what they really want to say. Like, why y'all keep coming down here? And I feel like I'm from here now because I'll be saying the same thing.
Right, why you coming down
why
here?
Why y'all keep coming down
in my
here?
space.
I always talk about like how I wanted a better opportunity for my kids. But honestly, Kelly, I moved down south to buy a pack of cigarettes, man, because they on sale down here.
They are on sale down here. That's why you don't need to smoke cigarettes. Cigars are great. Cigarettes are bad. No, I'm
right.
joking.
That's the real reason that people from up north come down here. It's the cost of living.
Yeah.
You know, I've been down here 20 years.
But wait, you went from Hartford to Charlotte. Now, Charlotte costs more to do here.
Oh, it do now.
Yeah.
It do now.
Yeah.
But it ain't nothing compared to Connecticut. You know, that's the insurance state.
Yeah, right.
So just to have your car insured gonna cost you about $350, $400.
No, I'll pass.
So yeah, it's bad. It's bad. But everything is on sale when you move down here. Gas, cigars, you know, this podcast, all this is.
This podcast is not cheap. He tried it. No.
I'm glad you caught that.
Yes, I did.
You on
I
point.
catch everything. So we're going to keep it moving. So see, I can't even get my words out now. You performed on Showtime at the Apollo. What was that experience like?
Ooh.
I said, Mom, one day I'm going to perform on Showtime at the Apollo. My mother looked at me. She said, boy, be quiet. Can't you see I'm on the phone trying to put the cable in your name? Here I am as a little kid thinking about performing on Showtime at the Apollo, and I performed on Showtime at the Apollo. March 16th, 2022, I performed on Showtime at the Apollo, man, for real. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I got on that Apollo stage, and I think I was just so grateful to rub the log.
Right.
You know, when you watch the show, they make everybody touch, and that log feels so good. Ooh, that thing smooth, baby. I rubbed that log like all the greats before me. And I grabbed that microphone like God sent me. Let me tell you something. Man, they booed the mess out of me, man.
And it don't even matter because you know how much history was in that log you touched.
A whole lot of booze. Man, they booed me so bad. I seen my spirit leave my body. Harlem don't wait. I think as soon as they said from Charlotte, North Carolina, Tyrone Burston, the booze came through.
I think they'll be outside warming up.
Yeah. And then like, you on that big old stage and I'm getting booed by the crowd. So I'm trying to block the light out that's on stage because I can't see the crowd, but I want to find my mother and my wife. They're the only people there to see me, you know? So I'm trying to block the light out to find them. And I see them in the back. They like, boo. I see them booing with the crowd. I'm like, oh, they taking this thing way too serious. Like this the type of moment y'all want from me? I was so mad, Kelly. I'll never forget. I went back to my mom's house in Connecticut and I was asking her, I said, Mom, why did you boo me with the crowd? Like, you supposed to support me. I'm your baby boy. And she looked at me, she said, boy, go in the room, close the door and be quiet. Like she used to do me when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was an experience. But I learned through doing the Apollo, it's about making it.
Right.
It's about having that opportunity for them to say, hey, we like you enough, come perform. The Apollo's so hard, they give you a certificate that says you were here on this day. Congratulations, you made it to the Apollo. Wow. You think I ain't frame that thing and hang it up?
Of course.
Man, it's just a great experience, and it's something that me and my family can share for generations.
And say that you were, especially since, it's, I miss watching Showtime at the Apollo and seeing all the new and upcoming talent, because so many people have come up through there and have done great things. Well, touring with Adele Givens, what did you learn from that experience?
Oh man, when I met Adele, I'm talking about the nicest, sweetest person in the world. So down to earth, so regular. When you watch people on television and you meet them in real life, you could be starstruck. You don't know what to expect, but she's so cool, so down to earth. She made me feel at home. And I learned so much. I don't think we got enough time to go through everything I learned. But first of all, I learned in this business that people will work with you just based off your energy. Mm-hmm. I think Adele loves me and my wife because we bring positive vibes. Mm-hmm. People want to work with you because you don't cause no riffraff.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I was already a good host, like a good opener. But working with Adele for 2 years, it just made me even stronger. I learned so much. First of all, if you are up and coming comedian and you on these shows with these celebrities, let me tell you something. Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. Okay? I learned that real fast.
Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
These people bought tickets to see the Queen.
Right.
And here I am strutting my light-skinned bald head self out on stage, and people could care less. They getting in their seats, they buying their drinks, they getting their food. But it makes you stronger. Right. You got to grab their attention. And I did a real good job, I think, pat myself on the back at just setting the stage, just setting the tone.
Took the words right out of my mouth. It's setting the tone for the evening.
Just letting them know, like, hey, y'all could do all this side talking and stuff like that, but when the Queen come out here, that has to stop. Right. You know what I mean? I'm making them laugh. I'm getting them warmed up. But I'm also setting the stage for the Queen to come out and not have to deal with row B, seat 13. This lady over here can't stop talking. So I'm going to address her and do my jokes and make sure these people settle down and they keeping their table talk down and I'm hitting them with jokes. I just got so strong. So now my energy when I come out on stage is through the roof. I come out super excited. I'm reminding people why you're here. You're about to witness something that can't be seen nowhere else. You know what I mean? So, and then when you opening up for somebody, the celebrities don't really get a chance to see you because they get there a little later than when you already on stage. So the first time I got to work with her, I think was like 2016. And I knew that in order to make an impression, I got to bring her up on stage the right way. Mm-hmm. So introducing her is what really got her to look at me differently. Like, you know what? I like the fact that Tyrone gives me my flowers. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So in the beginning, before I introduce her, I would make everybody stand up on their feet. And I would remind people, hey, we losing people left and right in this world. People are dying every day. But we are blessed and highly favored to be amongst one of the greatest entertainers this world has ever seen. So if you ain't got no hate in your heart, I want you to stand up right now and show your love. And then I just go into it. From the west side of Chicago, you seen them Players Club, you seen them Beauty Shop. She got the most appearances on Def Comedy Jam than any comedian in this world. I want y'all to put y'all country hands together right now for the one, the only, the Queen, Adele Givens. And everybody just, they lose their mind because it's a real serious moment. And the words I'm saying are absolutely true. Mm-hmm. And people don't have no issues standing up and clapping their heart out and showing love for somebody that's extremely great at what they do. Mm-hmm.
And so besides Adele Givens, you shared the stage with some heavy hitters. So what really stands out to you with all of those different experiences?
I just think is I know God is real, because there's no way me and my brother and my mom are growing up on welfare in Section 8. We finally get HBO after the cable was in my name. and you know, my mom always teases me and said, I just can't believe me and you used to watch Def Comedy Jam. Like, as a kid, I shouldn't have had you in front of the TV watching all them big bad words and all that. But it's just so surreal to see it on television and then share the stage with some of these guys. You know, it's just a reminder of how good God is. Because little old Tyrone from Hartford, Connecticut is sharing the stage with Arsenio Hall. And let me tell you something, his finger is really that long. Remember in Living Color when they would do skits and whenever they did Arsenio, his finger would be all the way out here. Man, when I see this figure, I just, in my head, I'm cracking up, man. But I mean, really cool guy. Will help you out with anything. I remember that was like my first real big celebrity show when I first started. And he went on Twitter and gave me a shout out. And that's when I knew that, you know what, I think I belong. You know what I mean? To get your flowers from some of the greats, it's amazing. Damon Wayans Jr. Oh God, no, I don't think there's nobody funnier than Damon Wayans Jr.
Really?
He is hysterical. You know what I mean? Like, his whole family is like that.
Well,
though.
his whole family is definitely funny. Do you feel like, because I've never seen him out on stage, so I've never seen him stand-up comedy, but do you think that all the film industry has muted some of his, who he is, like he's funnier? I mean, because I think he's funny.
Yeah.
I'm not taking away from that.
Right.
But I know that from the family he comes from, there's so much more in him, and I think that Hollywood has tried to maybe compress some of what he has in him. So do you feel like he's funnier on stage than they allow him to be?
Yeah, I believe so. I could see that. Yeah, because on stage, I mean, his family and him per se, I just love his characters. Like, if he does a white woman's voice, you could close your eyes and be like, that's a white woman on that stage, without a doubt.
Right.
And, you know, just some of the things he can get out of and go into, I mean, it's just, to me, it's just absolutely hysterical. I mean, it's like almost watching a movie being played out in stand-up comedy.
Nice.
That's how good he is, for real.
Nice. So what separates a good comedian from a great one, in your opinion?
The levels of laughter. Like, a great comedian can make people, especially us, when we think something is hilarious, we gonna close our eyes and grab the person next to us. We might get out our seat.
Right.
I mean, one of my OGs, D.S. Sanders, told me he made somebody laugh so hard they got up and walked out the door because they couldn't stop. You know, when you laughing nonstop, you can't breathe.
Right.
So you got to go somewhere to get it to stop. You have people say, stop, just stop it. So I think the difference between good and great is the level of laughter you can generate, right? Okay. A good comic can get a couple chuckles, some laughter. Maybe you can see somebody wiping a tear from their eye, but the greats people are screaming laughing. Right. And I'm just so grateful to come up in Charlotte, North Carolina, to where I could see the greats. You know, when I was new, I was a student of the game. And I knew right away, you know, you think you good. When you new and you get somebody to laugh, you think you the best thing since sliced bread. Can't nobody tell you nothing. Oh, I made these people laugh, I'm the greatest. And then I go to some of these shows where I see my OGs performing, and I'm like, yeah, I'm terrible. Because the people that are laughing at my shows ain't doing what they doing.
Right, and it's never that you're terrible. It's just that, you know.
Yeah, I'm just so hard on myself. So, you know,
we're all hard on ourselves.
Yeah,
you know, so you got to give yourself a little grace.
Yep.
So talking about being hard on yourself, how do you continue to evolve and keep things fresh?
Always just remember where you came from. Don't recreate the wheel. I'm still the same comic I was in year 1 that I am in year 12. So I always record all my sets. I go home and I listen to them. You know, I don't watch it, I listen to it. I hear my joke, I see where the laughter is. I listen again. If I'm saying too many words and I don't hear enough laughter, I know I gotta pull some of these words out. Because my thing is I need to get to the funny as soon as possible. Because you'd be surprised, I don't care what your age is, people 40 and up at a comedy show has the attention span of a 3-year-old. You talking too long, they're gonna be like, you know what, where these chicken wings at? You know, they're gonna start their own little conversation. So you gotta keep their attention and kind of stay on beat as much as you can. But I just try to grow and get better each and every time out. I feel like every time I get on stage, it's an audition. You know, for me personally, I'm trying to do my best because you never know who's watching.
Right. So I've seen your posts online, and with your digital audience growing, how important is digital presence in comedy today?
It's way too important. It's unfortunate that it's so important because I want to be that guy from the 90s where when you funny, your peers will look out for you. You know, a lot of people don't know this, but you know, Bernie Mac got on Def Jam because of Adele Givens. You know what I'm saying? They was real good friends coming up in Chicago. So it was nothing for her to tell Bob Sumner, like, y'all need to check out my man Bernie. So like, if this was the 90s, all my friends and peers would be like, y'all need to see Tyrone Burston out of Charlotte. He's really good. And you get that TV credit and things like that. Now the TV credits are just social media.
Right.
But after doing it longer than a decade, it's like now I'm not gonna waste an opportunity to reflect and have gratitude for how far I came. So I may never get 1 million followers, you know what I mean? But I'm not gonna be woe is me and be upset about it. It's like, I know I'm good at what I do. I thank God for it all. And I'm just, right now, I'm just like happy to spread love, joy, and show people how good God is. You know what I mean? The only follower I need is Jesus. So
And I think with the connections that you have, your online presence is important, but it's not going to make or break you. Because see, a lot of people that are getting started, they need those 1 million followers for these promoters, these houses or comedy houses to even bring them on as an opener. You know what I mean? But when you have people like the Adele Givens, the Bruce, they can always say, okay, well, he might not have the followers, but I know he's funny. Bring him on, you know? So for you, you're okay, you know, but for some of these others that are coming up in the game and they're trying to get their feet wet, promoters are saying, but can you sell tickets? You have no one to back you up. So if you can't sell tickets, meaning people are not following you, we're not bringing you here. And it's unfortunate because some of these people are really funny, you know, so you've been blessed.
You've
truly
I
been
never
blessed.
even thought of it like that, but that's a real thing.
You have truly been blessed because there are so many people out there, you know, I don't want to say shucking and jiving, but they're doing some crazy stuff to try and get followers to follow them just to be seen. And you were organically able to step into that. So I love that for you. So let's go on into your legacy. When you look back on your journey so far, what moments stand out for you?
Just getting started. I think that's the hardest thing for anybody in this world, no matter what it is, where your talent resides. Just getting started is the most important thing. You know, people ask me, you know, hey man, you just stay at it, man. You're gonna be successful. You're gonna make it. But what people don't understand is the most pivotal moment in my career was August 18th, 2013, when I finally stepped on stage. That was the moment that changed everything, just getting started. That's the most important thing in my career is just getting started. That's it. Everything else will fix itself. You know, it's a snowball effect, but you gotta get started. That's most important. So yeah, I had a lot of big moments in my career, and I still got a long way to go. You know, my OGs are 30 plus years in. But yeah, just getting started is something that I'll never forget.
What's your motivation to keep going? Because like you said, OG's been in there for 30 years. So what is that one thing that keeps you saying, I can keep doing this?
I want to be an inspiration to people from all walks of life. You know, I want somebody to look at me and say, man, if he can do it, I can do it. You know, that's my thing, trying to reach back and inspire the younger generation of comedians and kind of get them to stop and not really put all their eggs in this basket of getting the followers, but get better at stand-up comedy. You know what I mean? Because when you feel like you good because people laughing, but you can be better. You're not as good as you are. Like in 4 or 5 years, you're gonna be way better. You know, I had Marshall Brandon tell me this. He toured with Dave Chappelle. When I was a new comic, he said, when you hit 5 years, you're gonna look back and you're not even gonna be able to watch a whole set from when you was in your first 2 years. You're gonna be thinking to yourself, I can't believe I was saying any of that. Like these people was laughing at that, because you get better the longer you do it, and you just gotta put the work in. But I just wanna be an inspiration to people all over the world to say, man, I wanna have that type of energy. I want to bring that to my God-given talent and see if I can do it. Just do it. You know, that's what it's about.
And so what does success look like to you?
Making people laugh. I mean, you got to think like people coming to comedy shows. I remember the first comedy show I went to before I did comedy, me and my first wife, my ex-wife, man, we were going through it. We was arguing like 4 times a week. We was like butting heads all the time. And then we found like we had some free tickets to go to a comedy show. And it was like, let's just go here so we could have a good night out finally. So you never know why people are coming to these shows. You know, throughout my career so far, I mean, people have had recent deaths in their family and they are just like trying so hard to have some type of joy in their life. So, you know, I hang my hat on that. You know, my success is solely on making people happy. You know, if I can see you smiling and having a good time, I know I'm successful and I'm doing my job. That's what I really want to do. Is just bring happiness to people and brighten up their day. That's what success looks like for me.
Awesome.
You know.
And see, I love comedy just as much as I love music. And I tell people on my station, comedy reverses time. You don't need pills, you don't need potions, you don't need lotions. You need to smile and laugh. So when you go to comedy shows and you're able to let go and just laugh, because you use less muscles laughing than you do frowning and cussing people out. So if you just laugh a little bit, you won't look so doggone old. I love it, man. And so besides music, comedy is cathartic to me. Like I always try, every time a comedy show comes in, I'm trying to be there. And my tail is always right in the front. I don't want to go if I can't sit in the front.
Oh, you brave.
Listen, I don't care. I want to sit right in the front. Talk about the Wayans. Matter of fact, I was at one show and Marlon Wayans was here. And he was on stage and he was doing some skit and he took my hand and he rubbed it across his chest. I was like, see, that's why I sit in the front.
Let's go. Let's go.
I loved it. But what's next for you? Like what projects, tours, anything?
Working on my comedy special. I shot last year, August, called Undeniable.
Okay.
Because I just need to remind myself and everybody in the world that even if you don't have the following and everybody don't know who you are, you're still undeniably really good at what you do, right? You don't need the proof from everybody else that you're good, right? So I can't wait to start working on my special called Undeniable. I did a clean, family-friendly comedy show, which is really neat. You know, I would prefer to say all the bad words, you know what I mean? But I did it clean so that everybody can enjoy it. My kids were there. My wife was there. We had some other teenagers in the crowd. So that was a really cool moment. And I just want to be seen by more industry folks. So I try my best to get into more comedy festivals. A comedy festival is like a job fair for comedians. Right. You know what I mean? It's like, show us what you got. It's a packed out audience and we have people here from the industry that if they like you, they could put you in different places. So I love showcasing for industry. I just hosted the Asheville Comedy Festival, the 18th annual. And I got in it when it was a couple years ago. My first time was 2024 as just a act in the festival. And they've brought me back so many times for some other events and they let me host it. So, you know, my career is continuing to grow. So working on my comedy special, getting in festivals, doing big competitions at these clubs where, you know, if you win, you get a paid weekend and things like that. So I'm just continuing to bring that audition vibe to all my showcases.
No, and I'm loving your vibe. So if there's anything that I can do, we can do here at Smoking Ice to help you push that and get that out there, listen, y'all. Go see this one right here. So if anyone wanted to follow you, how can they find you?
Oh, I'm on everything. First of all, you can follow me down 85 South because after I leave here, I'm gonna be heading back to
That's right.
But yeah, I'm on everything. I'm on YouTube, X, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and it's all Burston with comedy. So my last name is Burston, Burston. And I just added the with comedy on the end because I'm bursting with comedy all the time.
I love that. I love that. So, all right. So this is something that I just recently added to the show. We're going to switch it up. Okay. This is Smoking Ice Lightning Round. Quick answers only.
Oh, quick.
Quick answers only. All right. So here we go. Favorite comedian of all time?
My brother, Terrell Lee Jenkins. He ain't even a comedian, but as a little brother growing up in that household, he was the first person I ever heard tell a joke. And I was like, you know what? I want to do that.
All right. Well, favorite city to perform in?
Baltimore.
Okay. I think I might have heard that one before. So Baltimore must have a really great crowd.
Yeah, Baltimore off the chain.
Okay.
I love them people
All
out
right.
there.
Small crowd, big crowd.
Big crowd.
Okay. All right. One joke that always hits.
One joke that always hits. My joke?
Yes. One of your jokes.
My name being Tyrone. I come right out, I say, yo, look, my name Tyrone, but it's funny because I don't even look like my name should be Tyrone. If you look at me closely, I look like my name should have been Chauncey or something. My mother named me the blackest thing she could think of. She ain't want nobody to think I was mixed with none.
You know, it's someone that's black. Biggest lesson comedy has taught you?
The biggest lesson comedy has taught me. Be humble.
Okay.
Be humble. If you're humble, you're gonna generally just be nice and kind to everybody. You know, in this business, if you burn one bridge, it can affect your whole career because people talk.
Yep, and I've seen it. We've all seen it. Advice for new comedians.
Be your own worst critic. Stop coming off the stage looking at me like, yeah, how was my set? Did you see my set? Was it good? Actually, I was out smoking a cigar from Smoking Ice. I didn't see your set, right? But if you would have recorded it, you could see it yourself, right? Be your own worst critic.
All right, and last one word that describes your journey.
Resilience.
I love it. Well, Tyrone, I appreciate you coming through and sharing your story with us. This was real, this was funny, and this was exactly what Smoking Ice is about. Your journey shows that sometimes the hardest experiences create the strongest voices.
You know it.
Definitely does. And those voices can bring laughter, connection, and perspective to so many people. And to everyone watching and listening, thank you for being part of this experience. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Because if you don't, we cannot be here. And I love being here with you. Until next time, I'm Kelly Allen.
I'm Tyrone Burston.
Let's spark something real.
Smoke and ice, twice as nice. I'm your vice. Smoke and ice.
We hope you've enjoyed Smoke and Ice with Kelly Allen. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Tell a friend so they too can be informed and entertained. For more information about the show, go to smokeandice.net.